Charity begins at home.
Charity begins at home. See, that's the lesson of this video, guys. Torture is fun, and charity begins at home. So, hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Steven, who is trying to make me repent. I don't know what you're trying to make me do. We're talking in the back about something, and then he's like, "Be more charitable." I'm like, I'm okay.
I'm very charitable to myself. I'm the most charitable person to myself I know.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm bad. So
No, you're not.
Okay, so yeah, so today the theme is going to be torture can be fun. I know it sounds weird, but basically we're going to
But it can be fun.
Your book actually demonstrates it.
Yes.
I really do believe like it matches the theme exactly.
My grand finale is what the title is about, but you'll have to wait to see.
Yeah, but I brought all of my torture books where maybe not so much fun for the people involved, but they are being tortured. So it should be a fun one anyways. So yeah, so this will be a cool episode. Let's say hi to the chat. Hi to the chat.
Hi to the chat.
And we got K Munin was first with a new. You should keep on changing your little thingy. Keeps on changing that.
Hello, Andreas.
Okay. Yeah, Andreas. Then we got Brian LCS was second.
Hello, Brian.
Not slacking. Okay. And then we got Rob Saint.
Rob.
And we have Oliver O'Harris.
O'Harris himself.
And Thomas O'Donnell.
Thomas O'Donnell.
And then it's Matt. Matt, see, you're way last. Okay, you failed. You didn't make the podium.
See, Matt, you have to use your wrench on these people. You can evaporate them with your wrench. And so that when you start off, you'll say, why, by gosh, I'm first again.
Just delete all their comments.
Rack and ruin.
Yeah, and then we got Louis J.
Louis Lewis.
And then we got Big Nasty. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
And Jeff Jack.
Jeff?
Torture, it pleases me. It pleasures me. Orgy of the Dead, 1965. That's actually a good movie in a weird way. It's like just a bunch of naked women, but that's what I like.
I'm against it. I'd like to be up against it. No, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Then we got, who else we got here? I said Robbie Josephs already, but I'll say him again.
No, you didn't. But hello, Robbie.
I didn't do Robbie?
Mm-mm.
There's multiple Roberts and Robbies. That's why. Then we got Mark. Hi, Mark Mueller.
Hi, Mark. Say, listen, Mark, you saw the pep that I posted with Archie behind her, Veronica with the golf swing. I have, which is a Harry Lucy cover. I have two more that I bought at the same time. They all were there. And I think you'll really like those when I'll put them in rotation. But one of these days, and Alan and I have talked about this, we're going to dedicate an episode here of the Monday Special. We're going to get out all of the Archie's, our really great Archie books and really, really go after it. So that will be coming relatively soon. I don't want to get our relatives involved, but it will be relatively soon.
Relatively soon, yeah. And then it's Just Michael. Hi, Just Michael.
Just Mike.
Hey, Aubrey.
Hi, AG.
AG. And we got some roosters with beards.
Mr. Rooster.
And what else we got here? We have Dr.
Kilmerks. I haven't seen him before.
That's a new one for me, too.
Nice to see you.
And Brittle Page Man.
This a new one to meet still.
I've seen Brittle Page Man once or twice before.
But we say hello.
We say hello. Hello to Brittle Page Man. Get some moisturization. It'll help.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. And Bleeker's here, too. Hi, Bleeker.
Speaking of moisturization. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to ask about that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then we got Chonko. Hi, Chonko.
Hi, Mike.
Then we got Job Lot. Hi, Job Lot.
Job lot.
And Comic Showcase.
Howdy.
And Matt donated some.
The safe word is banana.
I was actually lobster. Lobster is a more like, I feel like banana just comes up in conversation way too often.
It does. Who are you talking to? Cheetah?
I don't know. So yeah, the safe word is banana. So yeah, that's cute. What else we got here? Comic Showcase Shop.
You got it.
Yeah. And then we got Comic Commando Guy.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And Sean. And
I don't have a Faust collection.
I do. I actually have a pretty good Faust collection. I liked Tim Vigil's art. I thought it was pretty cool. So I got into picking up those books. Then we got X-Men X Factor 1. And
hello there.
And Cougar Comics.
Cougar?
Oh, whoops. Okay, wait. And then Revolver or Uzofai.
Revolver?
See, that's why I said Revolver. Then we have Archivist.
Hi, Jason.
And Susie Q's here.
Hi, Sue. She's back from the beach. There was a threat of snow.
Oh, really?
And when she hit the summit of the Coast Range, my mother had a term that it was the snow was falling. She called it fat snow, which is these large hunks of snow coming down, and it was still warm enough that it wasn't sticking. So she got through it very, very well indeed, and the timing was just right for it. We've got some cold weather and precipitation here in our area, which means all sorts of fun stuff coming your way. So get ready.
It gets worse by the time it makes it over to me.
By the time it gets to you guys, why it ain't good.
Oh no. I felt like it was sort of melting and going away, so I was kind of happy. One sec here. Wait, I missed the guy I was trying to click. Then we got Diabetic Superman.
Soups.
And we got Lyle. Big Lyle's here.
Hi, Big Lyle.
And I think that's it. I've finished. Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Because you're the finale, so it makes sense if we kind of keep on alternating. Do 2 rounds.
Okay, I don't have a lot of books, but I got really nice ones.
I brought a ton.
Well,
because I thought you were going to bring a ton.
I don't. I didn't bring a ton because I don't have a ton to show on the. I have actually though, but what I do have is a lemon tree, and that's what in other words to set the stage. So I will do what you tell me to do. If you want me to just run out,
I'll go first. Your lemon tree will be kind of a thing. So what you can do is I recommend that you show your other books and then save the lemon tree and the last whatever the lemon tree is going with as like a finale.
All right, I will. I'll leave a couple in there for that. And yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock. You lead off.
I'll lead off because my internet's good for this moment until it's not. You tell me if I'm freezing, okay?
Okay.
So,
you're freezing.
So the theme is torture. Really?
Yeah.
Are you messing with me?
No, you did. But go ahead.
No,
Keep going quick. Keep going quick.
Okay. So the theme is torture. I thought this was a pretty good one. The girl's actually the one getting tortured. So like the interesting thing, this is Alex Schomburg cover. This is Fighting Yank number 17. And it's a cool one because the woman's like, she's all in the harness and stuff. She's all like in bondage. One sec. Let me take it out of the plastic so you can see it better. One sec here. Okay. So she's
That's
all
a
like
high grade.
Yeah, it's like a 6.0. Actually I got this one cheap. It was one of those in between auctions. I was like, oh wow, I won this really cool book. She's like in bondage here. And like you can see on the paper, I'm not sure if you can see it, test number 5. So that
Well,
means
they're
that
going to test the death ray, I see.
yeah. So they're like testing like and torturing her. So I think that's awesome. I think it's a kind of a cool cover. And it's like even like this weird scientist guy looking from from the skylight. I just think it's such a weird thing where there's all these like scientist guys.
That is that is Schomburg. I mean, that is total Schomburg. Absolutely. And he's got the machinery all
Oh,
set to
with all the
go.
little thingies and stuff and dials and it's so awesome.
That's a beautiful book. I've never seen that one before.
Really? I thought you had. Okay, this next one you've seen before. I know you've seen this one, but it's still a cool book. Somewhat torturous. She's in bondage, and they're like about to slice and dice her.
Well, we're twinsies because I did bring that torture cover. I have it on display.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, mine's a restored copy, but it's a high grade at least.
Actually, I have 2 torture covers, and I will take them down off my display to show.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you grab those. And great. This one is actually a pretty, I'm not sure if you've had this one, but I know you have similar.
No, I don't have that. I've looked at that several times, though.
This is a Joe Kubert cover.
Yeah.
And the one that people usually get from the Nightmare run is Nightmare 13, which is the Matt Baker cover. This is Joe Kubert, and it is really crazy, the torture that's being, one guy's on a rack over here. These other guys are like being hung and stretched and tortured. So it's a pretty cool cover. So yeah, so that's Nightmare number 12. And this one, you actually picked up the copy that I was trying to get of this next book. And this is a classic cover. And I was so jealous when you picked it up because I was like, it was in my cart on eBay. And I know you picked it up from eBay. And it was one that I really, really wanted, but I was just sort of waiting on it. I was like, my typical way. And I thought this is like one of the best boy covers, torture related. And it's this one, boy number 15. And it's this rat guy. And he's got
the rodent.
The rodent. Yeah, the rodent. And what he's got is like the rats are going to go into this cage. And there's actually a torture device that's like, I think it's the 7 doors to heaven. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. Basically, no. It's a device where, imagine this is segmented. This cage is segmented into 7 sections. Okay, and the way it works is each section, you put rats in the first section, then they eat their way. They eat the first section, which would be your feet, and then they eat your legs, then they eat your waist, and then they eat your head and heart, upper body. So it's just like a brutal, and they say it's the 7 doors to heaven because they go through doors to gradually work their way up your body.
God.
And this is kind of similar to that, where they're putting her in a cage with the rats. So just a really crazy torture cover. And Crime Busters coming to stop the evil rodent guy. So kind of a cool book. I was so jealous when you got your copy. I think yours is 3.5.
I can't remember. What it is.
Maybe higher than that, actually. Maybe it's higher than that, actually. But yeah, I really like that book. This next one is one that I was so excited to get. This is a really classic torture cover. And it's Clue, volume 2, number 2. And you can see like this guy, he's coming around and he shoots the iron out of the guy's hand as he's just about to brand this woman with an iron. Can you see that?
Yeah, you've shown that a few times. That's a great cover.
And one guy wasn't quite as lucky. He's got like the iron marks on his back.
Well, how about the guy that's draped over the ironing board?
Oh, and the guy with the dry iron board too. Yes. Both guys, I should say. But she was, but
That's
she was
clue number, what is it?
volume 2, number 2. And this is a classic book. Clue is one of those comics that's usually fairly affordable. It's like, it's just like boy comics is fairly affordable, except some key issues. Well, this is the big one for Clue, where it's got this crazy cover. It's almost as horrific as that cover that we're both chasing. The Crime Does Not Pay one. We're both chasing that one, the number 24.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This is pretty horrific, though. And the next two are ones. I think you sold this one, but I'm not sure. Did you sell this one or did you keep it?
I sold it.
I was debating about getting your copy actually, but I'm actually happy with this copy. It presents well. This is Manhunt, number 14, which is actually the last of the series. And it's actually a really cool story where this guy, he shrinks himself down and he goes around committing crimes and nobody can see him because he's so small. And then he's the thing I think is really interesting is got the hypodermic needle to her neck. You can actually see where it's already kind of puncturing into her skin. It's just a really crazy cover. It's one of the best bondage covers, I think. I really like it.
Well, he seems very happy at his work.
He's very happy at his work. He's a happy little guy. So I thought the colors on this one were really good. So I was quite happy with it. Even though it is a 0.5. I think it's missing a centerfold or something silly. No. It's a large piece missing from page 1. That's what it is. It's not a missing centerfold. It's just a piece missing from the first page. But still, I thought it was a cool book. And this next one, another Manhunt. This is another one where I like this one the way it's kind of laid out. You got the girl, she's going to be put into the electric chair. Girl in the red dress, of course. And, AG. AG has your copy. Oh, congrats, AG. Great book. And this one's just a really cool one. Like, I like the fact that this guy, this kind of devilish guy, because his hands are kind of look like evil. He's kind of just out of frame. So, and then you can tell that he's doing this, like, this is for his pleasure. Like, there's this fine dining and then this is the entertainment for the night. I just think it's a really cool cover.
I still have that one.
Yeah, this is an Ogden Whitney cover.
Very underappreciated.
This is a very cool book. Hand looks evil. Yes, Matt. That's what I was saying. The hand looks evil. He looks like kind of like some evil guy. Oh, hi, Don Carter. Yes, it is. It is Ogden Whitney. It actually says right there. It makes it even easier. So I thought this one was really kind of a cool one. I like Manhunt. I'm almost finished the complete run of it, actually. I'm very close to it. And just to keep the sub-theme of electrocution covers, here's another one. And this one I always thought was cool because he's like, he's laughing. It looks like he's laughing as he's like being electrocuted. And this is, I thought it was a Don Heck. Is it Jack Cole. Jack Cole cover. So really cool, Web of Evil. And the next electrocution cover. This one's underappreciated in my opinion. This is Strange Suspense Stories. And it's a Steve Ditko cover. I just always thought this one was cool. Where he's like, I think he's not electrocuted yet. Like, people debate whether he's being electrocuted or he's just not, he's about to get electrocuted. I think it's that he's about to get electrocuted. And there's just that torture of like the fear of being electrocuted. So I'm going to stick with that. Because then they're kind of talking over here about, whether or not they're going to, give him, a last minute pardon, right? So yeah. Um, and one more, and then I'll switch back to you
Okay,
because I did bring a lot. So
that's good. I'm glad you did.
so yeah. And this is Weird Chills. I always thought this was kind of a like a torture cover because like they're just doing like a whole bunch of evil things to this guy. They're
That's a
like
torture cover.
yeah, they're like poking him in the eye, and like they're doing like the what's it called Clockwork Orange thing to him where they're like doing the eye thing, and then they're piercing his lip and stuff. It's like really these little gremlins are so evil. Always thought this was a cool book. So this is Weird Chills #2. Actually, I completed that collection. I have all the Weird Chills. It's very cool series. Okay, so I am going to make you big. That's a Bernard Bailey cover, by the way. There.
Really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have I put some action figures up top. That is a Clayton Crane painting of Harley Quinn from 2014. It's a signed cherry Pop Tart action figure that is signed by Welts. This Elvira thing was an AOK from Slabbed Addict, which was very nice. Everybody was trying to get it, and he gave it to me, which was very nice. There's the Superman and Crypto from the movie. There is the Dazzler, and there is the disco, whatever the hell he is, the disco dancer, or whatever the guy
Oh, what's
is.
it called? Now I'm forgetting the name. Disco something.
Hypno Hustler.
Hypno Hustler. Hypno Hustler. That's what it is. I
Never to
picked
be never to be forgotten. Uh,
such a major character.
resonates so completely. Um,
Yeah.
then I have Bullet Man 1, 2, and 3, and 8, I think, 8 or 9. Um, the Ghibli that has the ladies, the swastika lady and the swastika guy tearing up B-29s, the Spirit, the Weekender, and then here are two of the Canadian Whites. This one is the homage to Superman #17,
Mm-hmm.
and it came out just a few months after. Very thrilled to have that. And then this is the Grand Slam that I bought this from Yaniv also. I bought this from Yaniv. It was a 2.5, and then my friend Matt Taylor from Astonishing Auctions laid hands on it and cleaned it, and it was the first Canadian white that he had worked on, and he took his time because he was basically finding stuff out and the quality and the fragility of the paper inside the book because of we've gone through the Canadian white thing a bunch, but this was his test case on it, and he got me a 3.5 blue label, and it's cleaned up, it's preserved, it's deacidified, it will live for a long time, and he has another
What was the
6.
grade? What was the grade originally? Just
Two
quickly.
five, and it's a 3.5 now.
Yeah, full grade point. That's pretty awesome.
And I'll show you.
Oh, he wants to. Somebody wants to see the Ghibli as well.
I will do it.
Just a suggestion. Bring all that stuff to the camp. Well, it's meant to be a display. Okay, it's just like my display. Like I don't bring.
Well, my spouse always tells me that I should do that. And they're as close as I can get them actually with light with illumination because I have a track with halogen bulbs up above. I have a rheostat so that I can adjust that. If you put too much light on it, they wash out. If you have too little, you can't make them out. So it is a very fine line. But
Mhm.
here is this Ghibli with
I
the
like that one a lot.
the
That's good.
B-29s, and it's Torch and Toro. Toro is the lighter orange of the two. Uh, he's got the rays, and she's
Oh, your mic. You somehow muted. So technical difficulties, and you got to unmute yourself. There we go.
You know why it does this?
I don't know.
Because when there is a jolt in the force, it basically it bumps it out. So anyway,
Does
back
that
to
mean Andor was destroyed or something like that? Or
I don't know. I love our robot overlords. That's all I know. But here we go, and they're destroying B-29s because this is from March of 1945, and they have this little black guy up at the top.
I know
I
it's just
have
sort of popping out of there.
I have no idea what the basis for him to be there, and so I hammered on Yaniv to buy this, and when he started to cry, I knew that I had reached the point of saturation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, I said sold, and so he said okay, and then he at that point he turned the cover around, and he'd forgotten. Look at this amazing Superman image on the back cover.
Mm.
Isn't that amazing? It's an amazing book.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. The weird thing about it is like that almost looks like a modern rendition of Superman, even though this is Golden Age.
Well, it's whoever the artist was down there in Brazil, took the image and did a damn nice job on it in 1945.
Yeah, wow, it's great.
So there's that. Here is the Grand Slam.
That's another cool one. I like the red sun and all that kind. The rising sun.
It's ominous. It's ominous, and they're basically coming out of Japan down towards Australia. And on the back is a Spy Smasher, and this one is from April of 1943. Yeah, April of 43. Printed in Toronto. Now, I got a few newer things that I wanted to show, and then I will show the torture for my wind up, okay?
Sure.
All right. I love Steranko. There are certain covers that what I've been doing is I have raw copies of it, pretty much everything. But what I'm doing is I am formalizing some of the books that I really like in slabs because I wanted to have an actual factual certified grade. I look at my raw books and I say, well, this is a 9.2 or this is an 8.5 or whatever it is. But I've started to formalize various books that I really, really do like. And here's one that I decided I wanted, and it was a 9.
Oh, wow.
And again, I use my method of where you put the title of the book and you put CGC. This is on eBay. I go to eBay first, and then I go to my comic shop. Is my route. So I go to eBay, and then I put in the title. I put CGC, and I put highest first. And then I scroll to see where the highest grade is for the lowest price. And there's a sweet spot in there somewhere, of course, for whatever the crop is at that point, whatever the nets will catch. And what it is, the price on this one was down in the 8.0s and 175, and this guy here is a 9 with off-white white for this beautiful Steranko cover, and so I snapped it. But then what I do is after I've got the best price, I go over to my comic shop and see if there's anything lurking there that's less expensive in the same grade or better. Hi, Whodat!
Hi, Whodat.
And to see what Hep Hep Rioter, Bonsai. And so anyway, I got this one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This one was a FOMO as I'm watching the show and everyone was oohing and awing on the astonishing auctions. And this is an amazing copy of this book, Submariner number 9.
Oh, yeah.
With the Spell of the Serpent, with the Schmidlap crown or whatever it is. The spine on this is absolutely perfect. The color strike is fantastic, and it's a white pager.
I has it. Yeah, I
Isn't
mean,
that a beauty? Here's
I have a
torture
raw,
cover.
I have a raw copy of it, but it's yeah, that's a stunner. That's really great. I love those early Submariners. I think they're really, really. The art was
This
amazing.
so I didn't I actually I don't believe I have this in a raw because it didn't ring a bell, and then they were saying it's hard to get and stuff, and it really was kind of difficult. But the 9.2, this was the sweet spot for the looking for the motivated seller.
Hmm.
Looking for the motivated seller. And then that's what I do. And then, like I say, on eBay, and then I go over to my comic shop and see if they've got something comparable or maybe even a little bit better. And that way, then I think I've pretty much covered the market rather than try to go into an auction and slug it out at Heritage or one of these others, which I really don't like to do, frankly. I know you have great success with it, but
Yeah,
I
it can be a little bit annoying, like doing the auction thing. You gotta be have patience, right?
what's that?
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Lord of Brooklyn.
This one I bought from Brian Hall and Bry Hall, and he put it up on his wall, and he had it for 100. Well, is that me really?
Yeah,
Yes, it
maybe
is.
on those amazing auctions. I think you are.
I well, if you see something that's good, are you just, are you supposed to just sit there and just be passive? I can't do that. That's just not how
Mhm.
I'm wired. And so Brian had this up, and he had a troll fire. A guy tried to buy it, and he says, "Will you go $85?" And it was $100. He says, "No, I can't. I can't. It's the last Wrightson in Swamp Thing. It's a 9.2, and it's got off-white pages." He says, "No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it." So then Troll says, "Okay, I will give $25 to anybody that buys anything for $100 or more on the board." And I said, "Swamp Thing, I'll take it." So this cost me $75.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course now I owe him a leg up at some point when he does it. I mean, because reciprocity is how this works, Alan.
Hmm.
This is how it works. It's reciprocity. With you, it's more of a one-way street, and I need to have you turn your car around and aim it at other people once in a while.
I'm actually doing something nice for you. I'm sending you a book.
I know you are.
Yeah, see, that's out of my own pocket.
I won't. I'm not going to go there. This one I was very, very happy to get. And I think this actually could be even improved because I think it could use a press because I see the printing of it has a little bit of. But this book has become
Oh, that's a great
a
book.
very big book. And this was wrongly priced again with my method. And I snapped it. And an 8.5 off white. And this is a big book and getting bigger. As more
That's a
people,
hard book to get in that high of a grade. That's a really high grade for that book, by the way.
and
Yeah.
the when you see these things, they're always quite. He had who did Russell had a copy of this that
Hmm.
was a lower grade, and it was a he was dangling it in front of the people to chum the waters to get
Hmm.
something going on that. And but anyway, but I decided that I would again form. I don't have this. I would formalize it, and Bronze Age horror. And this is a little bit after bronze, because it's a 20 center, but copper, I guess. But the horror books of this is a Frank Robbins.
Frank Robbins.
Frank Robbins drew
Great
this.
cover. One of my favorite, I don't know, Bronze Age horrors, I guess.
So this is the torture of this one is the torture is they turned him into an ice cream cone in the story.
Yeah,
I have it posted on
your
my
post. I
wall.
read your post. It was great.
So if you visit me on Instagram on Collecto6, I show the whole story.
And it's
And
funny. I think it ends with him saying he got his just desserts.
yes, it's just it's a
Oh,
great
it's funny.
story, and it always shows about the cruelty of man and the playing to his worst spirits. So that
Mhm.
this guy, the ancient people said, oh, it's King Arthur's court. And Merlin, he has ice cream, and everybody's freaking out because the ice cream. He's an ice cream truck that goes into, like, it's an ice cream man in King Arthur's court, like the
Mhm.
Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court, and with Bing Crosby. But what happens is then he becomes, well, I can poison these guys with the ice cream, and then I'll have everything, and I'll have everything I want. He
Mhm.
becomes a greedy son of a bitch,
Yeah.
and then basically Merlin turns him into an ice cream cone, and he's sitting there going, ah! It's really good.
It's awesome.
This is not torture, but it's very, very cute. This is a quite high grade copy of Georgie number 9.
Oh yes.
And
I
this
classic,
joke
classic.
with the mechanical mouse, I've seen it at least 4 different times. I'm certain there are more, and all of them are timely, or Marvel things. The mechanical mouse. You can see that this is. They don't show the month, but this is like November 16th is when this came in, of
Mhm.
whatever year it is. But it's just a really cute. Again, this is like Alan was talking about this, one of the many good girl titles that
I
Marvel
love them.
ran in the Atomic Age, going up into pre-code and then into code.
I'm actually trying to get the whole thing. I want to get all the Marvel Atlas Good Girl comics. That's kind of a my next big task of things I'm going after.
Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is a really rare thing. And I think that the attrition rate of these must be extremely high. I showed you my puzzles from Saulfield, Saalfield company, and they had the merchandising rights. They paid to be the sanctioned use of these various characters with DC. And this is all around 1940. And so, like I say, I have those puzzles that I have of basically early actions and Supermans that basically are puzzles without any trade dress on them. They're like virgin variants because they don't have any of the trade dress or any of the word balloons. They're just straight pictures for the puzzles, which is really fun. But this is a coloring book.
It's huge.
And this is from 19. Let me see if it says right down here. By God, I think it does.
But yeah.
Copyright 1940 by
I mean, that's
Superman Inc.
early Superman.
Made this is issue this is code number 1501 from Saulfield. Made in the United States of America, registered at Stationers Hall. Now, I believe that Stationers Hall is in New York State,
Hmm.
and Stationers Hall, whatever it is, that's something I should probably check into sometime, is where they got the rights, where they say the same thing on the puzzle boxes, that it was registered at Stationers Hall as a clearinghouse for them to utilize the images of Superman. So here it is, the Superman coloring book from 1940.
I mean, that's really early Superman. I mean, come on.
Schuster.
Yeah.
But it's, to me, you have a beautiful, huge image of Superman. And the front cover is the same as the back.
Hmm.
And it's all looks to be Schuster or Schuster like line drawings inside to be colored. Some of them have been colored in, which I think
Hmm.
is cute and fine. I have no problem with that at all.
Hmm.
And But to me, as an image and with what's going on with Superman 1 and Action 1 and what have you from 1940, this is really quite a spectacular image of Superman, and big. And it's got a cardboard cover, and then it's newsprint, heavier newsprint on the inside, like newspaper, but a little bit. It's like when you had the coloring books you had when you were a kid.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
paper,
I
the
can
paper
imagine.
is a little, the paper is a little bit more porous.
Hmm.
It's and But the cover is a cardboard cover with gloss and everything else on it. So it's
And it's
a
in great shape too. It looks very nice. Copy.
it really, I had never seen it before. and I just instantly just bought it at my comic shop.
Hmm.
And that will be my half for this.
Okay, okay. I'll do my final half. Um, I'm not sure if this counts as torture. This first one, another a Carrie Drake cover. Does this count as torture? You tell me.
That's torture.
Okay, so you got the girl in
She's,
bondage.
yeah, girl in bondage about to be skewered. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones I don't really understand the logic of it. I really don't understand. Okay, so like, if he cuts the rope, it's supposed to release the trigger. But if he cuts the rope, it's going to lower her down, so it's not going to, I don't think it's going to work. She's
Well,
going to get.
you just don't understand.
I just don't get it. I love this cover, and I think it's a really cool one. I just think it's sometimes like these villains, they make their thingies too elaborate. They gotta kind of tone it down. Just get to the fundamentals. Focus on the fundamentals, okay, guys. So if you're gonna kill your person, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. This is way too complicated.
Well,
So yeah,
you have to have enough time to monologue about what you're going to do, right? You have to monologue what you're
you
about
have to
to do.
monologue. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just a classic. This is probably the most expensive of the Carrie Drakes too,
It
by the way.
is. It is.
Um, okay, I can't show that, but this next one. Okay, so Fight Comics had a lot of really great torture covers. I thought this is a kind of a good one with the girl's going to be basically fed to the buzzard, to the vulture, and you got other people that have already been victims, and she is the
Who
torn.
mounted the diamonds into their eye, into the skulls, though?
I don't know that part. I'm not sure about, but it's kind of weird. This one is a Joe Doolin cover as well.
A very underrated and outstanding artist of the
Yeah,
Golden
he's
Age.
awesome.
Absolutely outstanding man.
Hmm. And another Joe Doolin cover. I thought this one was cool with the girl on the water wheel. Yeah, and you said what? It's not a what's the name of the
It's
type
a
of boat?
sternwheeler.
Sternwheeler. I knew there was some other name that you had mentioned. I
They plied the Willamette and Columbia rivers for the
Mhm.
longest time, and we still have one down on the waterfront that still works.
Oh,
That
okay.
was used in the movie Maverick with Mel Gibson, and they went up the Columbia Gorge, and that's where they shot the movie on the sternwheeler.
Oh, very cool. But just a cool. You got the girl on the paddle wheel. It just obviously she's not going to do so well. It's like actually, this would be sort of that water torture. She's kind of getting waterboarded, basically. So yeah, and they seem to like putting girls on wheels. This is another Joe Doolin, and this time she's like on another wheel this way, where girl in a blue dress, and it says classic bondage torture cover, decapitation and lingerie panels. It's like,
Decapitation with lingerie. Now you got to
yeah,
say you got all the food groups right there.
yeah. How about some Lily Renee covers? I didn't bring any Lily Renee. Actually, I could have, and there was one I was debating about bringing, but I didn't bring it. Sorry. Okay. Uh, Now we're going to switch to Alex Schomburg with some young allies. I love these ones where you got the guys, they're all being tortured. They're being sort of draped over these sharks, but it's like the Alex Schomburg sharks where they look like just cones in the water. I always think these are funny sharks.
Now, if you notice the tank that the guy is coming in, Brooklyn or whatever, the kid with the hat,
Mm-hmm.
you will notice that the color scheme on that tank is absolutely is bilious.
It doesn't
And
make any
that
sense.
is the thing, and that was the thing that drove Schomburg crazy because it should have been like olive drab,
Yeah.
and but they
I mean,
put
imagine this kind of tank in the field. this bright yellow tank coming out, and like it's like, what are you doing? But yeah, yeah, it's a bad idea. Yeah, I mean the colorists, they had their own. At least they colored Toro, or yeah, it's probably this is Toro, right?
Hmm.
At least they got them red. That's at least that's on the.
It's a plus.
It's a plus, right? So yeah, this is Young Allies, number 9 or number 8 from 1943, and some more. This is one you. This is denoted as Alex Schomburg, but you always say it's Tarpe Mills, but it's denoted as Alex Schomburg.
Again, what it is it was the layout was definitely done by Schomburg because it has
Mhm.
the skylight. She's coming down through. She's hitting a bunch of the guys at the same time. But if you look at the other characters, how they are drawn, that is, those are
Mhm.
not Schomburg villains.
Styles, yeah,
And
they don't
and
have
if
the
you
buck teeth. They don't have the sort of Schomburgist.
they don't have the Schomburg, so it's that I believe that it's his design, but Tarpe did that, and that's my feeling.
Yeah, but these two guys are getting tortured in the background. They're getting whipped by this guy. So kind of a cool torture cover. And
And the other thing that it isn't that makes me think it isn't Schomburg, but if you look over the door, you'll
well,
see where it says either it'll say like torture chamber or something, and it's still
yeah,
in
it's just
Japanese, and it
yeah,
doesn't say it in English. And if it was Schomburg, it would definitely say it in now it's English on the papers down on the bottom of the cover there.
yeah, right down here. You mean
U.S. What does it say?
it
Savings
says
bonds.
U.S. Coastal Defense map, and then gun emplacements.
Gun emplacements. But that those are the guys that had those papers that they're being tortured to get more information out of them. That's the
Yeah,
story of the cover.
but this, Schomburg was always good. Like the enemies were always good about translating everything so that the reader would know where the secret plans were. So, or the
So it would have said secret chamber or torture
chamber.
chamber
Yeah,
over the door, and it isn't. It isn't that. So I'm pretty sure that's Tarpe Mills.
yeah, probably, or some kind of collaboration of the two.
Yes.
Another Alex Schomburg, and
Gee, where'd you get that?
this is from the Gettner collection. And this one I think is a really great torture cover because it's a little bit subtle. You got this guy kind of like doing the mysticism and kind of like making her in a trance, but she's on a bed of nails. Like, and it's sort of, it's an interesting one. I always like this cover.
I shouldn't have got rid of that one.
But you did. Such a great book. Such a great book. So great.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
I'm just joking. It is a great book, though. Okay. So yeah, but and then next one, last one, for my round is another Alex Schomburg torture one, and this is so Alex Schomburg in the way he does it. So this is another one where you got the guy over here being tortured, but he always has these braziers and all the different implements that they're going to use to torture the guy. That is just so Alex Schomburg. And then you got the Japanese soldiers with the buck teeth and stuff like that, and the funny glasses.
Now, if you look, this is the perfect thing illustration. You saw what the Miss Fury. If you look at the Japanese soldiers on this cover, and you
Mhm.
compare them to the ones how they're drawn on the other cover, that is why I don't think there's any question that this was that it was
The other
her.
one is not him, yeah. Because
And
these are typical his way of doing Japanese soldiers, like where they have that really over exaggerated teeth and glasses. Yeah.
the other thing about this, and I want you to to note this, that Schomburg paid attention to how pictures of what the Japanese were doing to people. You
Hmm.
will notice that the aviator is kneeling on a box with a post. They have him kneeling and lashed up for how they're going to torture him.
Hmm.
It's just his attention to detail, and of course various other covers he's done too. But anyway,
Yeah, they're really great. Okay, I think you might enjoy this comment and this one, where I was torturing you with that other book. Um, yeah, it's hard to give up comics. I really do think so. Um, but yeah, and now for the finale of the show.
Alan just showed this, but this is my copy of it.
Mine's a higher grade though.
What, 0.5?
Mine's a 8 actually, but it's a restored copy. So yours is more expensive, but mine's a higher grade.
This book was restored, cleaned and not restored, cleaned and pressed by the guy that got popped for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars of funny books.
You're so lucky you got that book back, by the way.
I didn't realize this was torture, but by God, it is. Here's another Schomburg torture cover. He's going to stick the hypo. He's going to inject acid into her.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good one.
I had never seen this book prior to it being offered to me, and I was very happy to get it. And the guy looks sort of Hitler-like in the green suit.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, and this is from 43, May of 43. Bondage cover. Of course, Alex Schomburg. And what is this? Maurice Gutworth art. The interior art on standard Nidor books was pedestrian.
Mm-hmm.
It was not inspired. It was workmanlike, but it was not like the Eisner Eiger House of Art that did Fiction House and Fox Features Syndicate, among others. The artwork, but the guy who was the head guy, his name is Ned Pines. And Ned Pines was brilliant because he got Schomburg into the fold for him to, doing work for him, because he did an enormous number of covers for Standard Nidor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah, it's a great one, by the way.
I
was disappointed by the interior art actually when I
don't be disappointed. It was of the time, and understand this as well. During the war, all the artists had been enlisted and were in for the duration. So you look at timely books after Avison and Shores and everybody else went away, and Kirby. They all went away. They still had Schomburg covers, but the interiors were not exactly outstanding. And neither was Superman for that matter. So, I mean, it was what it was during the war. So I give them a little bit of solace or credit for that. But of course, this is a pretty good tortured cover. I thought to myself,
be adding that to my collection very soon, by the way.
And the guys have cracked skulls. You've got the Ku Klux Klan guys. You've got the Master Cylinder guy on his throne. You've got the sycophant guys and the screamer down below. This is so totally Schomburg. And the machine looks like it'll work. And what you have up on the top there is the little kid with the wrench is a different character than is hooked up with the main guy, and I can't think of his name, but this is from September of 1944.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is my favorite bondage cover, by the way. This one, I think it's just so crazy. It's with the torture device and everything.
And it came out June 16th of 1944 for a September date. So, and B6, now, I don't know. Well, thank you. This is one of the major grails, my major Schomburg grails that I own.
Hey, man cave.
Hello, Doc. Now, this I FOMO'd from Alan. The next two I FOMO'd. Actually, the last three are all that Alan showed them first. And he inspired me. Do I look inspired? Here is Crime Mysteries, #1, May of 1952. And it has a date on the, it has a pencil date on the C of crime, February 27th of 1952, pre-code. And here it is.
Oh yes, this is a good one. Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about this, when I use the interiors, when I post the interiors, I use Comic Book Plus and others, Zip and others, read comics online. And I went to Comic Book Plus, and when I went there, the book that was there on their site for this copy was this book itself. So the book that when I posted this, the interior that you see that I print is actually out of this book, because this was the one that they used to get the interior art that was provided to them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's really cool. It's cool that you have that actual copy that was used in the Comic Book Plus. That's kind of cool.
They use this thing. They use that ad a zillion times.
Yeah.
This is another one from the same. This is Crime Mysteries number 9. The cover is slightly oxidized, but it still has a very lovely look. This is from September of 53. So this is a birthday book for me.
Oh yes, that one's a good one too. I think it's
And
cool. Go ahead. Sorry, I was going to say something silly. Go ahead.
okay, the thing about it is that she got him to sign the whatever it was she needed to, and then she shot a bullet. She shot him in the head.
Hmm.
So, and now his ghost is coming up with a bullet bleeding out of his head. It's still, you are the murderer. What were you going to say, Alan? Dazzle me.
No, nothing. I was just going to say, like, I like how the ghost is going to get her, right?
Absolutely. Comeuppance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm about to lemon tree. I decided that Alan had shown a book that was just so cool, and I didn't know if I would ever get a copy of it. And then, lo and behold, it showed up. Every so often when he would show it, I'd always sort of search and see if there was something there to see if I could find one. And if it wasn't too terribly expensive. This one was not terribly cheap, though, because it is one of the very top Daredevil, Golden Age Daredevil covers that there is. And this was why I said torture can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And here you have a Quasimodo guy, all misshapen, and he's dripping blood from his mouth, and he's tickling her feet with a feather.
Yeah, it's great.
This is a Charles Biro cover, and there you have the guys up above who are trapped, and God knows what they are. They're all weird. There's a guy with a paper hat and a wooden sword.
I think your colors are really good too, by the way.
Well, you know me. It's the colors of the cover have to be, if it's the only way I can get it is to, for example, that one Crime and Justice was a little bit oxidized, but it still looks very presentable. But this one has very, very lovely colors for a Daredevil comic, because a lot of these Lev Gleasons, they are somewhat problematic on that. And
Mm-hmm.
you'll notice that this says extra, play Slap the Jap. Second version. See inside. And they got
Mm-hmm.
a Japanese guy screaming up in the corner.
Yeah,
This is from June of 1942. And so now the story on this is this. This book actually came from Portland, Oregon. And the guy was the seller. I didn't know who he was, but he posted this, and then I found out he was from Portland, and then I also found out that this was a collection of books, and it's called From the Hoarder House, like a hoarder house. And what is that? And the story he gave me is this. I wanted to give you let me make sure I show this properly. I wanted to give you a quick reference to the collection that this comic was in. The original owner purchased a property in Portland, Oregon in 1921. It took them 9 years to build the home after the mother and father from the first people who had built the home. They had 2 boys. The boys grew up in the home and never got married, and they never moved out. They lived their entire lives inside this house. The boys would get allowances weekly and walk up to the local drugstore and purchase comic books. The father passed away in the 1970s. The mother passed away in the 1990s. The older brother passed away in the early 2000s, and the younger brother was just put into a care facility and agreed with his neighbor to sell the house to him for his help in selling all of the stuff within the house. They agreed to a percentage split, and any cash found went to the old man. These comic books were found in the basement, along with a bunch of old toys that the boys had purchased in their younger years. These comics lived through a near flood, as the neighbor walked over one night to check on the house and a water main had broke and started flooding the downstairs, and the comic books were only a foot away from the water. So these barely lived through that about a month after that find. And the guy I bought this from, I was helping the new owner clear out some stuff, and that's when they found a secret compartment in the ceiling which led to an attic that nobody knew was up there. And at the time, we found another box of comics. They stopped collecting in the comics in the 1950s, and there was a total of about 500 books in the house, and this comic was one of the ones. He said what they did was they bought the books that they weren't supposed to buy. They were buying the naughty books, and this was a naughty book. And so when they would come back from the comic books from the drugstore, they wouldn't show them to the parents, and they kept them up in this little attic space so that the parents didn't know they had them. And so this book was never in dire straits for the water hitting it. This was actually up above in the attic. So that's where this book came from. And when they went through the house, he said they found 113 firearms.
Yeah, I mean,
and they found
firearms.
they had 113 guns in the house. And they also had, when they went through the books and they were checking all the nooks and crannies, they found $13,000 in cash. And all of that, of course, went to this fellow that's in the assisted living now. But this is the provenance, the Hoarder House copy of Daredevil number 11. And that's my lemon tree. And the fact that this lived up, and of course, Portland doesn't get real hot and it doesn't get really very cold. We're in a temperate zone. We're very moderate temperatures. We'll get hot and we'll get cold now and again, but it isn't like blistering hot or horrible, stone cold. Our climate is not like that. That's why our fir trees grow so well, etc. But this book, to me, when you look at this cover, there is so much going on. The stone ceiling, the torture device that he has her all lashed up into it, the bondage. She still has her green elbow-length gloves and her dress on. It's an orange dress, and she's a redhead, and she's crying because he's tickling her after he's dripping blood onto her feet. God knows what he's going to do. And this is from the mind of Charles Biro.
Yeah.
Now, incidentally, Alan, I want you to regard this. Regard as I say. This is from 1942. Do you know what is not on this cover?
One of the war bond things.
Well, no, that's a good guess, but that's not it. What is not on this cover from Lev Gleason?
Oh, they're we are better comics or trust or integrity or
Integrity.
integrity. Yeah,
This
there's no
book,
integrity.
because later on where they're showing these guys, this woman shooting guys in the eye, and it said entertainment, quality entertainment. Our motto is integrity. Nothing says integrity quite like this. So I'm thrilled to have this book. I'm very, very thrilled to have this book, and it is a tough book to get, and especially to get one with nice cover colors like this. The back cover has Iron Jaw. I put I put
No,
the provenance up above there, but it's got a cool back cover. So anyway, but that's my that this is my finale. And again, I was completely unaware of this book until Alan showed it to me, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
that's my copy. So, yeah,
What grade is yours?
mine's a 2.0.
That's all right.
The funny thing is, it was like one of those ones where really hard to get, even as a 2.0. It was like just every time I saw this book, it was like a 1.8 or 1.0, and just really low grades. Hard book to get in any grade. So 3.5 is actually a high grade for this book, by the way, guys. Might not seem it, but it's a high grade.
In the golden age, if you have a good, and of course, what both Alan and I say is buy the book and not the label. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because this is a 3.5, but it is a very lovely 3.5.
Very good colors, actually, as I was saying. Yeah.
The reds on the redhead and the red dress and the green gloves and all the colors on the monster.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's so. I hope that torture was fun for you guys. Did a little bit of torturing on Steven as we were doing this video, so I hope he enjoyed that.
I just wanted to make you feel better. That's all.
Okay.
I always get you with. I always have. It's always drenched with Alan's tears, and I
Mhm.
thought I should be big about it and let it be some Steven's tears for your amusement and gratification.
Mhm. So yeah, so it was good. Thank you for that. Um, so thanks everyone for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye for now, guys. Bye everyone.
See you later.